Hey guys, today I want to teach you guys how to read the ingredients lists and how they are put there. There is a reason why they are there, and what in the list there is a why they put the list in a certain way. I will tell you guys that. And I'm going to start with the flaming hot Cheetos because that was my most favoriteest food in the world. I ate that every day. I kid you not, every day, flaming hot Cheetos. So I will show you how to read that. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to read it off of the ingredients list off of the website. Okay, first off, the ingredients list, the very first ingredient you see, that is the ingredient that there's the most stuff in this product. And the last ingredient that you will read is the thing that there is less of in this product. So enriched cornmeal. So these chips are made mostly of cornmeal, and then you put salt at the end. That means there's less salt. Like it goes by to what they put the most. So if you see salt at the beginning, or if salt will never be at the beginning, but it's like the second ingredient, that product has a lot of salt. So, but in this case, the salt is the last one, but there is salt just in the seasoning, and the little red seasoning that they put for the flavor. Salt is the first ingredient. So, okay, so enriched cornmeal. Whenever you see the word enriched, that means it is the most processed shit out there. Enriched means they are trying to trick you into thinking that it's a positive thing. You kind of think of a positive association with the word enriched, but they're actually trying to fool you. The enriched is the most processed shit you will find. So if the product says enriched, it's processed junk shit that your body does not need. Now, let me tell you the process of enrichment in foods. It says enriched cornmeal. So it says parentheses, cornmeal, ferrous sulfate, niacin, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, parentheses. So inside those parentheses is what the cornmeal has. Like I said, enriched, any product that's enriched is the most processed shit out there. So they pretty much have to take all the nutrients that the corn already had and reintroduce it. Not the same ones that they took, but those have to be just thrown away. The natural nutrients that it has, and it has to be put back as in supplements. So the supplements are synthetic. Okay, it's not the natural. Supplements is laboratory made. So they have to supplement the food back with nutrients like the niacin, like the thiamine, like the riboflavin, like the folic acid. That's why now they're become ingredients. They're not part of the corn. They became ingredients that they had to put back into the corn because they lost it through the process of enrichment. See? And now it's corn. Everyone knows that we here in America have most of our corn is GMO. So I will bet anything that your bottom dollars, this corn is GMO corn. Like, it's GMO corn, you guys. These industries use the most processed, cheapest shit that they can find. And this corn, I can bet you anything that it's probably GMO corn. Okay? All right, vegetable oil. And it just says vegetable oil, but they decided to put here parentheses, corn, canola, and or sunflower oil. So they're saying and or. So they could either use all three, or they could use one of each, or they could just use just canola and this whole bag of chips. So it could be any of the three. There's really, that's why they just put all three of them. Like, we'll just put all three of them in there, and that pretty much takes care of itself. They told you. They already told you what it is. So it says extra flaming hot seasoning. That's the red stuff. That's the red powder, the red seasoning that they put on the chip or on the chip that makes it taste really good. But let me show you there's ingredients to this flaming hot seasoning. It says parentheses salt. So inside this parentheses, salt is the first ingredient. There's a lot of salt just in the seasoning. Maltodextrin made from corn. So they got the maltodextrin from the corn. Maltodextrin can also come from animal product, but they say made from corn since it's cheaper to just make their own maltodextrin instead of getting it from the animal, right? So it's already a corn like product, a corn type of product. So maltodextrin made from corn. Sugar, that's the third ingredient. That's a lot of sugar. Yeast extract, monosodium glutamate. So not just regular salt, but they had to add the most special addicting form of salt, MSG. That's what monosodium glutamate is, MSG. On some products, they will hide the name MSG and they will put it on a completely different name. I think even yeast extract was considered an MSG, so they have a lot of different names for MSG now to try to fool you, the consumer, because you know what MSG now is. Everyone's talked about it. Everyone knows what MSG, monosodium glutamate, is. So what these companies do, they're very tricky, see? Since they already know that you know what MSG is and what the name is, they will disguise the name to something else that the public does not or is not aware of. And that's how they get you. They could say there's no MSG, but they'll just disguise the name into something else that you've never heard before. And that's how they get away with putting MSG in our food, and they still do, and they never stopped. So monosodium glutamate, and this one they never even tried to hide the name. They just put it in there. Because everyone just buys these chips without reading the ingredients. I never did. I started to, but I didn't care because I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what they did to my body, and I liked the taste, so I never questioned it. But now I know. Now I want you to know too. Citric acid, of course, I think that's from the oranges, acidic fruits, right? Citric acid. Artificial color, red 40 lake, yellow 6. Oh, artificial color has its own ingredients now. Artificial color, parentheses, red 40 lake, yellow 6 lake, yellow 6, yellow 5. There's 4 colors in here, and just the artificial color. These colors have been linked to cancers and stuff, so that's already not good. Most of these ingredients that I'm reading to you have been linked to cancers and diabetes and heart disease and all these bad illnesses that people are suffering from in this American society. So also, I know for sure red lake number 30 and red lake number 40, or red 30 lake, red 40 lake. Those are made from a bug. Those are made unethically, just like the milk products that they put in here. These bugs have to be breeded and harvested and killed for their color that they have on their body, that special color that this company wants. This color, this specific type of red 30 and red 40, they come from these bugs. These bugs are not naturally have this red color on their body, so they have to be killed. Their bodies just, exploiting another living being. It may be a bug or something, but it's still another animal. It's still another living being that shouldn't be disrespected and treated with indignity like an object. Okay, so then sunflower oil. If you've heard about omega-3s and omega-6s and how Americans are consuming too much omega-6, that's leading to inflammation and all these chronic illnesses that we have today, it's because of too much omega-6, and sunflower oil is really high in omega-6s. So hydrolyzed corn protein. Hydrolyzed, I already don't like that word. It's another form of processed foods, and it's just a super concentrated form of corn protein, and that is just not. I'm just not having this. All right, and then cheddar cheese, and then of course cheddar cheese has its own ingredients. So it's the ingredients. I'm going to read the ingredient of the ingredient that was part of the original ingredient. Do you see? That's really processed shit right there. You should not be eating that. Okay, but let's keep going. Cheddar cheese is made out of, that's in the seasoning, the red seasoning. It's made out of milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes. So the seasoning says that there's already salt, and now the cheddar cheese has even more salt. So of course milk steals calcium from your bones instead of actually replenishing you with calcium. So there's the health factor there. Cheese cultures, salt, there's already salt in this product. And enzymes are made out of an animal's gut. So the digestive juices that the animal had in its gut when it was alive, it's killed, and then they extract the enzymes from its gut, and that's how they make cheese. All cheeses have this enzymes and pectin, animal pectin. It comes straight out of their digestive juices, its gut. So those are where all cheeses are made like this. All cheese that has milk is made like this. So okay, then finally that was just the cheddar cheese. And then onion powder, whey is from milk. And natural flavor, that's another form of MSG. And don't be fooled by natural. They're so eager to call everything natural just so you can buy their damn products and waste your money. It's not natural. You're never gonna know what natural flavor is. It could be anything, pretty much anything, and that's already a red flag. You don't even know what natural flavor is. It's in every food product. The only products that don't have it are kind of vegan products and fruit and vegetables. That's the only thing that don't have these natural flavors as an ingredient. You know, it naturally has its glucose and fructose, but this is a natural flavor. You have no idea what it is, so we can only imagine what it actually is. Garlic powder, whey protein concentrate. We have another concentrated form of protein that is just not good. Our body does not need that shit. Of course, buttermilk, more milk, corn syrup, solids. Of course, that corn syrup is already processed, has been processed like the heck out of it. And then more sodium salts, sodium diacetate. Then that was just the we finally finished reading the extra flaming hot seasoning, the red seasoning that goes around the chip. We finally finished. And the last ingredient. And salt. And I already read salt just on the seasoning 3 times. No, actually 4 or 5 times. From the salt in the beginning, the monosodium glutamate, the sodium diacetate, and the yeast extract. I also heard natural flavor could be a form of MSG. So, see, you just don't even know. But they just put natural flavor in there. And then salt again now as the last ingredient. So yes, guys, always read your ingredients. These chips that I'm going to show you right now. These chips is the most processed shit you can eat. It's just not meant to be in our bodies. This chip has only existed for, I don't know, it's a few decades. I don't know, I'm not sure on the years, but just like decades, when we humans have been here for thousands of years. This is not natural. These chips are not natural. We're not meant to be eating this crap. Neither are sodas, neither cakes, neither none of that shit. So always read your ingredients, okay, guys? Once you start knowing what's in your ingredients, it's gonna be easier to let these foods go, because when I started learning about this, I could not in good conscience start feeding myself this anymore. That must have meant that I had some love for myself, that I just couldn't put my body through that. So that's what made me transition, or that's what made me become vegan. Pretty much this push of knowledge that I had to learn on my own. So it's easier to leave these foods behind once you know what they are. You know, once you know what they are, you're not being taken for a fool anymore. You finally know what they are, and you know what it does to you, and you can stop buying it because you're not gonna feel good eating these foods anymore. Okay, so I'll just let you guys go. It's a super long, the thing is the super longest video I've ever made so far. All right, keep reading your ingredients. Give it a thumbs up if you like. I'm going to make more informational videos when I can in my journey / tips being vegan and what I went through and all that jazz. So thumbs up, subscribe, comments if you want. I make videos every Thursdays, sometimes, so it's once a week and sometimes twice a week. All right, see ya and read your labels.